Yeah, I know it might look a little strange. What do you mean the second? Oh, oh. All right. This is an original. All right, having a reconnect. Hi, lovely dolls. So I'm coming live. I have my Holly Hobby. This one is a 32-inch size. She's very big size. I'm doing okay. Just woke up. I had a 2-hour nap. So this is a 32-inch Holly Hobby. I have the other two dolls downstairs. They have not been messed with. Um, so I'm doing some doll repair. Oh, you're repainting. What are you repainting? Do share with us inquiring minds. I am a little worried because, you know, this here one isn't original. I'm also examining very well how she's made. I'm hoping you're repainting a Barbie Extra. Hi, Amber. I'm really hoping this doll is not going to burst. I hope she has no dry rot or anything like that. That's what my concern is, because the fabric is thin, but I'm not using the original type of stuffing. I'm actually using snow. I stuffed the head, and that part of the Barbie was snow. I also have a little bit of Barbie coming up. This is the 28-inch Barbie I repainted to make her look more like Barbie, because the one in the store is a bit too pale. Definitely not enough Barbie-ish for me. So I'm going to end up wetting her hair, and we are going to put some curlers in her hair. That is going to happen. Right before I was coming on live, I've received two bad things tonight. Oh, you know, it's just, a friend of mine right now she has leukemia, and hi, Richard. I just found out that her battle to leukemia is coming to an end. And so that's a big pill to swallow right now. Aside from the fact there's been another homicide up the street from where I live, here in the same area. Now see how nice and full this makes her face? But you know, well, the good thing is I can get stuffing very affordably. I'm not liking how it's the way the doll was done originally with the way they glued stuff. Oh, you arrange your bedroom so you can have better access to your dollies and manage your collection. That's awesome. Shelving. Those white bookcases they have like at Walmart.com can be your best friend. Seriously. So the reason why I use what they call Buffalo Snow sort of craft stores, I buy this after Christmas when it's really cheap. I've had this probably 2 years. Oh, congratulations on moving. I can't wait to say the same. Look, you put it up there and then you delete it, girl. Because this is thicker, it's heavier texture. Hi, Jenny. I called you, girl. I'll be leaving messages. Jenny, I'm so upset with myself because I wished I had went ahead and ordered the Barbie Extra dolls. I had the chance. They were in my cart, and they have already sold out at Walmart.com. So I'm just really bothered with myself for not going ahead and get them. So you can still see some stain on her face. It's not perfect, but as you see here, also there's a few little spotches on there. I just woke up. I just woke up from a long nap, but you know what? I'm going to restuff her anyway. I am going to end up, well, I had a homemade one I made. I created a pattern for it. So I do have one that's like that. A Holly Hobby doll. To be honest, I love, I know that there are a lot of Raggedy Ann lovers, and, you know, but for me, I do. I love Holly Hobby more than Raggedy Ann. I think probably because she's prettier. I mean, um, I have some disheartening news. Again, like I said a few moments ago, I have a friend that I've known, oh my God, most of my life. She's losing her battle to cancer, to leukemia. And that is her sister who just messaged me. So I'm letting her know that alright, I'm letting her know that I just received word that her sister's in the hospital and they said there's nothing else that they can do for her. So I just hope and pray to God that she doesn't suffer, and I'm yeah. So this is why I use this stuffing, because it's nice, it's full, thick like, and it gives you a nice round look. See how full it makes the doll? Because with Holly Hobby in this area, it's very loose. And so with this, I use a mix of the snow and then the regular, type stuffing. So yeah. As you see, I do a mix between the two. Give her that nice fullness, without the bulky heaviness. So yeah. I missed that. Oh no. You know what? My Bella has no purple eyes with pink and blue in them. You know, I never thought about this in deep depth. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe that's why I buy more than one of the same doll. Maybe that's why it's important to me to have one of the same dolls. So I know that if something, if it's a doll that I really, really love, which, okay, like, for instance, we have her. Well, Jenny got me one with super thick hair. Oh, I think this is her. Yeah, it's this one. This is the one Jenny got me. She came with super thick hair. I have one over there in the box. They keep in the box. And then I have these other two that are over here. She's wearing Barbie in a Rocker's jacket. Yes. My mom got me one today. She did. So I'm very happy to have a lot of this Barbie because I know I'm going to love her. And it's one of those few that are like that. Why just have one? Exactly. Well, another thing is to, as for me, I know it's a doll that I'm absolutely going to love and enjoy. And so, why just have one? Who says you have to have one? The thing is, when it's a good doll, um, and then I'm pretty sure fashions will come, or maybe mix up with some other fashions I have. I can mix match. God, I look at this Holly hobby I got, but then once the hair is on, great, she'll look better. This is an original. It's not what I made. I feel like I would rather make a homemade one instead of using my stuffing on an original. I feel like I would rather just make a homemade one because I know the fabric will be new and fresh, but at the same time, I want this one to maintain her original integrity and beauty. Oh, Jenny, that's why you're right. Why not resell her? I probably won't get what I paid for her, even though I've restored her. The body's been clean, all new stuffing. Um, I don't know if someone would rebuy her. She was like $50 like that. And I'm going to hand stitch. I'm going to hand sew this here. Um, I don't know if anyone will buy it. I guess we can try because the 32-inch size doll is very rare and hard to get. Make new ones because the thing is, I'm pushing here. You hear that? It's just ripping. It's ripping. Oh my God. I'm stuffing and it's slightly ripping. It's just dry rotted. It's so dry rotted. And here I am stuffing all this new stuffing in her. And it's not going to stop her from deteriorating later down the road. But at the same time, it doesn't leave just an empty shell of a doll lying around for nothing. But then yet, with her put together, you see the shape of the head. This is all original. Because I had the pattern to make one this big, I don't know. I am concerned about their stains on them, Jenny. And I'm scared to read. I'm kind of scared to even read through them. And see the snow stuff here helps the hands fill out more because they weren't. But I don't know. Maybe I should list her as being redone, and I can sew this here and clean it up. Rag curls? I don't get it. So the heavier part is here to keep the hands nice and full like that. And the poly fiber is in the rest of the arm, and see how nice and full it makes it? Yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of the thing is when it comes to rag dolls and stuff like that. I mean, but it's going to happen. So I am concerned when I start to try and re-sew this arm together, if it's going to tear and rip. Um, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see what happens. Here I have my needle and thread. So I have her. The body's pretty stuffed. Hey, I took doll making classes. I didn't pay money to take doll making classes for nothing. So let me do it and see what happens. Cause regardless, I can have her stuffed with something. And you know what? If the people that sold it to me, they sold her like the ones that not just me but also Jenny bought. They sold it to us dry rotted. They're all like that. The only thing I can say is that, hey, She has been very properly loved to be restored through a very extinct and caring process of restoration. Sorry, I'm feeling a little emotional. Yeah, I can see where, even as I'm doing it, where I'm doing these small little holes where I'm hand sewing, that, it's just making those little holes bigger. But once it's put together, hey, it's put together. Like that. Yeah. I think about what I go through, and then I think to myself, some of you are going through something similar and worse. It's like I said a few days ago in that video for 2020. It has been a rough year. I mean, and you know what's even worse? What scares me, gives me anxiety, is the fact that it can and could get worse even in next year. See how I'm sewing it up? Look at that. Yeah, that big hole that you just saw. Look, I'm closing it up. So you can see here where it's open. What is that? Oh, that's the original thread. Wow. The original thread was really good stuff. Believe it or not, this is quite simple, but it's almost what they call an invisible stitch. I think it would be nice to have Holly Hobby come back. But I would like to see come back with Holly Hobby. They make they actually take and have it where sold by the yard, where you buy the pieces to make the big doll, where you can buy it by the yard. See, I got that nice and stuffed. The hand part is stuffed with the other stuff that's more tighter. Rag curls are an old. I'm not familiar with doing that with fabric. That's just something I would have to Google it, but it doesn't exactly capture my attention offhand. I think I've seen it, and I think it's what the La La Loopsies from Build-A-Bear had, and all I did was cut it off because I didn't like it. Yeah, Amber, it pretty much has for everyone. But we've had a few good things happen. Let's hope and pray that that doesn't change. Tomorrow night, can I hear someone say tomorrow night? Do you know what's going down tomorrow night? Tomorrow night, I will be going live on Facebook. I will be doing my second live Facebook event. I will be doing a full repaint on an American Girl doll, or Our Generation, or both. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do, see, we got the arm put together. So we have this arm done. And so in case you don't know, if you go to facebook.com, what I'm doing is pushing the needle and I'm pulling it out right here. And I'm going to pull tightly because when I cut it, you're not going to see where I did that. It won't be a knot. Oh my, where did I put my scissors? I got Barbies flying around. I just put them up here because I was going to spray her hair and curl it live the Barbie. But so far, I'm trying to say hair and far at the same time. I invent my own words as I go. Okay, that did okay. So, there's a back stitch. Holly Hobbie's arm has been stuffed and hand stitched with the visible stitch. You can see she still has a few stains. So that was where I stitched her back together. Now we're going to move forward onto the second arm. So far, so good, right? Right. Okay, oops, let's not lose the needle because I'm good at doing that. And I'm desperately not seeking needles tonight. So here we are with her second arm. Hi, Melissa. Me and Melissa, she was messaging me a few minutes ago about some stuff she's doing. I did apply a slight orange dye to this fabric, to this original Holly Hobbie. Here is her dress. But I think that's a good idea. I'm going to restore her, and you know what? Give her new thread. I'm going to put her on eBay basically for what I paid. No, I have to make something to pay for the cotton. God, it was expensive. Because I had to pay the polyfiber. I only got a coupon, so I'm gonna say 55. I'll list her up at 55. Because here are her legs. She's been completely cleaned. And she's gonna look really good in photos. Polyester fabric with Red Bear Holly Hobbie. Polyester. I don't know. I have fabric downstairs that's thicker. They made Holly Hobbie out of a very thin, cheap fabric. And then they stuffed her with clippings from the floor, basically. From who knows what. You know, I'm not familiar with Stranger Things. I've heard of it, but it just doesn't capture my attention. Okay, there we go. So that arm hangs, this here one. Can make sure that stuffing is going pretty well. I need it to be more evenly done. Because the fiber fill is really good at filling it out. Not really. Raggedy Ann, I think I have the Raggedy Ann patterns. They sell them for all sizes. But see, Holly Hobbie is more slender. She's not as bulky as Raggedy Ann. Raggedy Ann is more bulky. So that's the thing about Raggedy Ann. So Raggedy Ann is more bulky. And the thing is, if you get a 1970s Raggedy Ann doll, trust me, you're going to get bulkiness. See, I'm using this is what they call snow. People use for decorational purposes during this time of the year where, you know, the most wonderful time of the year, Christmas. Oh, Anisha, you're fine, sweetheart. But I use artificial snow because it's more dense. It has a lot more density to it. So it's, you know, it's more thicker and heavier. And I need for Holly Hobbie's hands to be nice and filled out. I'm applying pressure, but not trying not to do too much because I don't want to rip right through her fabric. But I want it to be tight around the seams to really fill them out. See? So you can see, because originally the doll, her thumbs were pushed in and stuff like that. This is an original Holly Hobbie doll, an original 32-inch one, the big one. Look at that head shape. She's almost like a cone head. but it's shaped like this to fill out her bonnet. And this is one, the 32-inch one I got. I took apart, washed her, dyed her fabric, her body a little bit, the upper part. I have her legs. I washed them, dried them, got them as clean as possible, and putting her back together. So yeah. Oh, reminds me. Okay. But so far, it's going better than I thought. I'm gonna be honest. I was expecting for her to um bust a willy, and what I mean by that is bust a stitch, because I was actually kind of I was expecting for her fabric to rip. I wasn't expecting her to hold up this far as she is right now. So yeah, so far so good, because while I was stuffing her, she was kind of in her arm, she was ripping. She was kind of ripping. This fabric is just so thin. It's so super thin. Who's Casey? What is a Cassie doll? Victorian rag curls. Okay, I can do that. Oh, let me pull this over because I'm having to sew this hole up where I have the stuffing in her arm. As you can see, some of that is unraveled, and that is from where um, try something a little different. Fold that under like that, so to give it a little more leverage. Yeah, make it a little bit thicker where I'm sewing it. And see, there we go. It sounds like a ripping, doesn't it? But it's not. It's where I'm closing it. I'm so glad me and my mom went to go visit Melissa a few months ago. God knows I am. Mm. Oh, Melissa, I wasn't talking about you. A friend, a family friend I know, her name is Melissa also, and she has leukemia, and right now she's losing her battle. She's in the hospital, and she's not going to make it. I just found out as I was coming on live. My mom came in and told me. So for any of you who end up seeing this video from the beginning, you'll see that. All of us are keeping it together. We all need a distraction. And y'all know what? I was looking at YouTube for about an hour before I got my hips up out of this bed and decided what I was going to do. And I was really shocked that some of us doll people, some of us YouTubers who are just regular people, we end up getting more views than actual celebrities who put out albums. Some of our videos get more views than their music videos. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, you know what? That's interesting. And then too, toy companies save money when they send YouTubers free dolls, so they just pay for shipping instead of paying for commercials. I guess I'm not one of their favorites. They probably say, oh no, don't send it to her. It's no telling what she'll say. Well, if you make a good product and a good quality doll, And if you're willing to stand by it and be proud of the product that you've created, then you wouldn't have a problem sending it even to someone like me, who can be one of the biggest doll critics. That's how I feel about it, because look at me, I repaint dolls and I have to use quality. It has to be quality, has to be done right as well. If not, I wouldn't have a reputation.
You
What?
wanna go play some cards?
Look, you asking me that now. Look, I'm stuffing her up. This is an original. I'm putting the stuffing back in. I think I'm gonna put it on eBay.
Is that the one you fixing for that woman?
No, I've been sent her doll back.
Oh,
No, this is one I've had. Remember the one that had the pieces hanging up downstairs to dry? That was this here one was one I had. Now Mom wants to play cards. I would, but if I don't finish this up now, I won't ever finish it. Okay, I've done a double knot. Watch this. I'm going to push the needle all the way in through this side. Look, Amber's like, hey, Mama, honey, Mama, she done went back in her room, sweetheart. There, I pull it through real tightly. Squeeze, ta-da, done deal. So, Holly's arms are now complete. The body is stuffed, basically. Pretty much, yes. I'm going to have to hand sew her legs on. I have yarn for hair, so we're gonna have to give her some. We're gonna give her some new hair to cover up. This is where her original hair was. So yeah, we're gonna cover up that. So the good thing is with the part looking like that, it'll cover this up because that's really hard. Do you know what the funny thing is though? This was her original color, and this fabric looks and feels amazing. So I don't know. Ooh. See, that's giving away. See where I've stuffed it? Right there. The stitches. The fabric's giving away. But once I apply the new hair, I'm going to apply it with a glue gun, so it is going to seal it. And this doll, she should last many more years if she's not stuffed into a closet or a basement or attic or something. Climate control closet would be fine, but I think she'll do better sitting on a bed or sitting in a chair to be displayed and enjoyed. Oh, hi, Mary. I am taking an original 1970s Holly Hobby. This is an original that I worked on to restore. And I'm restuffing her with new stuffing. Now I'm going to work on her legs. And I'm going to sell her. Are you interested? I'm like, are you interested? Believe it or not, I swear her legs are thicker fabric than her body. It's crazy. Okay, to give it a little weight, because like I said, this is a thicker consistency. Look, she's like, wow, on eBay. Well, I'm thinking about it unless I can find someone that sees her and it's like, okay, I want to get her. That works too. It skips eBay fees. So this stuffing that's like artificial snow. Do I have other Holly Hobby dolls I'm keeping? Oh yeah. I have a 16-inch Holly Hobby doll in the box I bought quite some time ago. And she's downstairs still in the box, not even opened. There. That adds a little more consistent weight, which is what I want. I use wooden spoon, of course. Now I switch over to the polyfiber for the rest of the leg to give it the fullness and everything, because this will work much better to fill in her fabric. No, I'm not gonna sew them all. Oh my gosh, no. I'm gonna end up doing something. I don't know. I'm waiting to see what's going on with our living situation. That's really got me on a big pause with everything. So you see the stuffing? It just fills it all out very well. I like that, nice and good. And I'm trying to think. Well, the good thing is the doll has been cleaned thoroughly, and so that everything I've done to her with the cleaning process is going to prevent her from any more damage. So, you know, she's not going to dry rot. She's not going to do any of that. So she's fully protected because I'm using the premium polyester poly fill. And this, you know, you use less, but it gives you so much more, as in fullness and appearance, when it comes to stuffing the doll and filling all of the leg out. Also helping this old fabric last longer and be more stable. So that's a positive. It is so strange on what lighting I use. The color it makes my hair look. See how it looks red. I'm almost done stuffing her. Wow, I just got one more leg to go. And we are going to hand stitch her back together. So yeah, I'm using a stick because I don't want her legs to have any kind of wrinkles. I want it to be nice, firm, but not too firm. Firm enough so that she's going to hold her shape. And she's going to be very lightweight. So she's not going to be as bulky or as heavy. Now that I'm coming toward the end parts of her leg, I'm using the other, thicker, more consistent type of this. No, I don't have that 32-inch Moana doll. In fact, I don't even think she's available anymore. So I never got her. I don't have anywhere to put her. Cause she's huge. But this is a rag doll, but there we go. And so there it is. It's done deal. This is fully done deal. That looks great, nice and full, perfect. Yay! And I'm doing it in basically 35 minutes. I've done all of this. I restuffed her, hand sewn the arms, done all of that. Yes, the Disney animated Moana is absolutely adorable. I need Tums. I made homemade lasagna tonight. So Mama was very, very happy. Okay. So as you see, I used this. Oh my God. Mary had one and donated it to charity. Honey, you know a kid did not get that doll home. You know a grown-up took that doll home. I'm reading a comment. Jenny says, I have lots of animators to make over. And you do such an amazing job. I don't know why you don't share more of that. Especially with general public, they would love it. Well, I did. I made homemade lasagna and the tomato sauce. Ugh, it gives me like burp a lot. I have acid reflux. That's it. Okay, here we go. Get this all stuffed in. It's funny. I know how I can sew dolls. I can make wigs for them. I can repaint them. I can restore them. What is it that I can't do? Make a mold and build them, I suppose. There we go. Okay. So you can still see some stain, but I think it shows the authenticity and shows the originality because I think if the doll came out too clean and perfect looking, people would be like, it's not authentic or someone made a copy. Yes, I have tried the sculpture technique. I did a video. I did my own Cabbage Patch. Made a video here on YouTube. I've done everything. But it's right here on YouTube. You can actually see the video. Yep. And I sold her. Oh, she was beautiful. And the people who won her were ecstatic. They loved her. Okay. So I'm going to finish it off with the thicker kind. That sort of just closes it. Keeps it from moving around. So yeah. Honey, I've made dolls, but and sold them. Not that much either. I'm known for my paintwork, not for making dolls. That looks about right with the feet. See? The legs, these are original, nice and stuffed. Nice shape. See? They hold their they don't flop or bend, but they're firm, but they're not so firm where they're not soft. It's still squeezably soft. That's the most important thing. So, what's next is I'm going to take Holly and try and stuff her up a little bit more thicker so that way when some of the stuffing relaxes a little bit, once I sew her legs on, it'll be all right. Wait, what is that? This is the largest Holly Hobby doll that they make. She's a 32-inch. Yep. And very rare, hard to find. I do have a pattern made of a 32-inch Holly Hobby, like the ones all of you saw me make. All of you saw me make that. And this one is an original one, but this is an original. Well, that was Amy. It was Amy that I stuffed. Amy was the one I ended up making. Whew, okay, there we go. We got that nice and stuffed tight. Oh gosh, I feel nervous. I'm probably gonna sell this doll for like $55 and shipping. So I paid basically $55. I paid $50 for her. I'm just gonna, that's it. So I'm not making money off of her at all. So yeah, this is sliding. Wow, wonder why does it look red in the sliding? I don't get it. More blondish yesterday. Who knows? But you know what? It's just, I don't care. Maybe it's because I'm not wearing makeup. No, I look so pale. Good Lord. Oh Lord, that looked funny. I'm doing this to keep little hairs from flying down. Oh, where is my needle? Oh my gosh. Did I really just do that? Okay, so cotton is done. She's very well stuffed. No, I'm done. The Holly Hobby I did for Pat, that was a Amy doll. This one, I bought this off eBay myself, to restore, and I did. I restored her, and because I have a pattern to make, I wanted to just restore her. That's it, and I'm putting her back together, and she's for sale. That's it. And you know what I did, Amber? I thought about dyeing my hair a fantasy color. Yeah, I was looking at pinks and blues and purples, but then I thought that is so not going to work for me. Where did I put the needle? Oh my God. I just leave needles lying around. But yes, this particular Holly Hobby, she's mine. I bought her. I got her off eBay because she was 32 inches tall. And I think I would rather just end up making my own. Because I have one in storage, that huge one. There's one on eBay here. I made a pattern for it and everything. Oh, Richard, I have that Rapunzel. And I bought her when she was only 30 or $40 on at Target 2 years ago when she came out. Yeah, she was only $32 on Target. Okay, so as you see, Holly Hobby has all brand new stuffing. I'm folding these raw edges inside like this. Yeah, because that's not going to be shown. And I'm going to do it exactly like it was originally, because it was sewn originally like a sewing machine. Ta-da! So I'm going to pop a little head up there. Yay. How in the world I get fiber fill in my mouth? I don't know. But anyway, I've entertained the idea of that, but no, honey, that's not something I'm going to do. Because the thing is, I like different color hair on dolls, but for me, no. I like my hair pretty much one color or something looks more natural. Jesus. Richard, I almost missed I missed knotting my stitch from reading that. But see, you're in New Zealand, the minimum wage is a lot more. Y'all make a lot more money by the hour than people do here in the United States. Our government wants to keep us they want to make us slave workers. Well, those who work. To be honest, I mean, it's sad but true. I'm sorry to say that, but it is what it is. Yep, that was my stomach making noise. Okay, so I remember correctly. This and this go like that. That goes like that. Yep. Wait. You have to do this right. I can't, I can't just do it any kind of way, period. Has to be done right. There we go. Yeah, Canada is expensive too. Jenny, I was gonna call you Jennifer. Don't ask me why. I am so upset with myself for not getting the Barbie extra dolls. They have sold out at Walmart.com. They're already gone. They're gone. Mattel has the commercial put up on Facebook advertising them. The only thing I can think of is that the dolls that have been put out that we've seen more recently, those were to promote the doll for the initial release. And they're hopefully going to be getting those displays ready for release. God, I hope so, because those are the best Barbies they released, and I don't know when. And I keep giving them props. I keep giving them props on that. Well, I'm hoping someone in Nevada said that they found the blue-haired one and the one with the two braids in Nevada. Their Walmart had a display. So, yeah, I got my fingers crossed with that. Whew. All right, Holly. One leg is sewed on. Don't worry, I have to do it on the back piece of the fabric. That's how it's originally done. The doll was originally the back piece of the fabric. The lower half was folded, double folded to prevent any raw edges. Dixie, what in the world are you doing? I heard that. And then once this hair piece is sewed on, they sewed the front piece double folded, and then it was done right. I doubt it, because it was in the store. They had the doll displayed in the store, and she said that the display only had one of each, the blue-haired girl, and then the one with the braids. She said they only had one of each. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. Okay, there's Holly Hobby's leg shape. That's done. Oh, okay. I am sewing by hand, of course. I am sorry you don't get to see this part. That I do apologize for. But I can move my camera, around like that so you can see. I can't read your comments, okay? But I can fix my light a little bit better. I'm trying to see what y'all see, but I can't because of the comments. There. So this is how the doll was originally done. Like, no kidding. Seriously. Yep, this is how she was originally made. And so I'm following that original stitch. They had her originally, the legs were originally sewn onto the back part of the body to get them on. And then the doll was closed. What I mean by closed, they finished her off. Okay, now I'm going to go all the way to the end. I hear my mom, please don't come tell me any bad news. I just don't want to hear it. Okay. There we go. So. Okay, I had to touch my screen when someone sent a message. Damn. Okay, is it back?